Shady details about Hulk Hogan's family. Hulk Hogan cheated on Linda with Brooke Hogan's best friend, Christiane Plant. For a significant stretch of the early 2000s, Hulk Hogan and Linda Hogan projected a strong public image as they allowed fans into their private life on Hogan Knows Best. Behind the scenes, however, there were persistent whispers of marital issues that eventually took center stage in Season 3. Linda began suspecting that Hulk was having an affair, specifically with receptionist Christiane Plant, who worked at Brooke Hogan's record label. Linda recalled in an True Hollywood Story interview that Plant was a beautiful brunette who visited their home repeatedly, never missing a beat. Linda grew uneasy as she observed Plant's closeness to Hulk and speculated there was more going on than just a professional relationship. In Linda's words, discovering Hulk's betrayal created tension that overshadowed the final episodes of Season 3. Feeling hurt and drained, Linda admitted that filming their show at such a vulnerable time was difficult. All the while, fans noticed the shift in on-screen dynamics, sensing that the once cheerful household appeared increasingly strained. Hulk later confirmed the affair in Hulk Hogan, My Life Outside the Ring, published in 2007. He stated that he and Plant had been intimate but no more than 5 times. Plant, meanwhile, claimed in the National Enquirer, via Today, that the relationship did not start until Hulk and Linda were already separated. She also mentioned it put a significant strain on her friendship with Brooke, whom she had grown close to. Plant apologized for her actions, explaining that she wrote a note to Brooke, hoping to at least acknowledge the pain she had caused. Plant further noted she could never fully forgive herself for destroying her bond with Brooke. Linda and Hulk Hogan both claimed to be blindsided during their divorce. Linda filed for divorce from Hulk in November 2007. At the time, Hulk was apparently clueless about her intention to end their union. He only found out about Linda's filing during an interview with a reporter from the St. Petersburg Times, via the Gainesville Sun. The stunned wrestler, who had no idea about the proceeding, thanked the journalist for the information, and afterward expressed how Linda's actions had knocked the bottom out of him. He then mentioned that Linda had been staying in California for around 3 weeks, never hinting at a permanent separation. Their divorce was finalized in July 2009, following a notoriously bitter process. Hulk lost more financially, as Linda reportedly walked away with 70% of their shared assets. Even with such contentious feuds, Linda told the Tampa Tribune, via People, that she still cared for Hulk, referencing the father of her children in a positive light. In March 2025, Linda made a surprising statement on her Instagram stories, noting that she, too, felt betrayed by the way their split was handled. She claimed her own lawyers had collaborated with Hulk's team in such a way that she lost a large portion of her settlement to fees and found herself left with very little. According to Linda, half of her payout vanished into what she described as a lawyer pod, leaving her financially drained. From Linda's vantage point, both she and Hulk ended their marriage feeling railroaded by the system. Hulk Hogan sued Linda for defamation. In July 2011, Linda published the book, Wrestling the Hulk, My Life Against the Ropes. She revealed that her role as Hulk's wife was far more complicated than fans suspected, citing, among other issues, steroid use and other drugs in the household. Linda also accused her then-husband of domestic violence. Promoting the book on Fox News, Linda said that arguments with Hulk often escalated in ways that were not necessarily a knockout by Mike Tyson, but she alleged it was more a dynamic of bullying or brawling. She described episodes where he might yank her up by her shirt or hair and menace her physically. By December 2011, Hulk had seen enough and filed a defamation suit, claiming that Linda's revelations were hurting his career and business interests. He sought an injunction to stop Linda from making further public statements about their marriage. Records do not confirm the exact outcome of that suit, but it did not mark the end of their complex struggles. In March 2012, Hulk pursued a separate claim against Linda, accusing her of negligence regarding insurance coverage tied to their son, Nick Hogan's car crash. That case was dismissed per Fox News, concluding yet another chapter of their messy post-divorce entanglements. Linda Hogan was sued by an ex-boyfriend for unpaid labor. Soon after the split from Hulk, Linda began a relationship with Charlie Hill, who was 19 at the time, while Linda was 48. Brooke spoke out against the romance, calling it unrecognizable and not something she could ever endorse. Nonetheless, Linda and Charlie Hill pressed forward, They even got engaged, though they broke up in May 2012. 2 years post-separation, Charlie Hill filed a suit claiming $1.5 million in damages for unpaid labor. He alleged that he performed tasks like yacht maintenance, landscaping, digging, and overseeing a team of chainsaw operators at Linda's home, all without compensation. Linda's lawyer, Ray Raful, relayed that Linda was taken aback by Charlie Hill's action. Charlie Hill allegedly lived in comfort while dating Linda, and according to Raful, he had already received $9,000 when they parted ways. The suit fizzled out and was dismissed in 2015, adding yet another dropped case to the family's lengthy history. Brooke Hogan missed her dad's third wedding. After Linda filed for divorce, Hulk moved on and married Jennifer McDaniel in December 2010. That relationship lasted for more than a decade until Hulk revealed in February 2022 that he and McDaniel had divorced and that he was already seeing yoga instructor Sky daily. Their romance progressed rapidly, culminating in a wedding in Clearwater, Florida. Hulk posted a snippet of the ceremony on Instagram, declaring, "My new life starts now." In pictures, Daly wore a distinctive patterned rue de Seine gown, and both bride and groom displayed pricey jewelry, including wedding bands rumored to cost as high as $500,000. Yet, Brooke was not present at her father's third wedding. She posted on Instagram to provide an explanation, admitting that with all the major shifts happening in the family, she needed space. She alluded to the fact that growing up in a public eye can strain relationships, and she felt that for her personal healing, it was best to keep some distance. Although Hulk and other loved ones celebrated the union, Brooke's absence spoke volumes about ongoing rifts within the family's dynamic. Linda Hogan claimed to be estranged from her daughter Brooke. There was a time when Brooke and Linda seemed nearly inseparable. The two often appeared side by side on Hogan Knows Best, and Linda considered Brooke her best friend. Over time, however, that mother-daughter closeness began to fracture. Brooke once discussed that her perceived closeness to Linda existed mostly because she hadn't known any alternative. But as Brooke moved out and formed her own life, the cordial bond eroded. In March 2025, Linda posted on her Instagram stories that she is estranged from Brooke. Linda stated that she only maintains a relationship with Nick, lamenting that she has not communicated with Brooke for ages. She also said Brooke secretly married retired hockey player Stephen Alexi, leaving Linda unaware of key details, including the ceremony venue and even the groom's name. Linda expressed disbelief at discovering that Brooke had twins and never told her. Brooke swiftly talked back on Instagram, saying Linda had shared inaccurate claims and then deleted them. Brooke insisted that Linda had indeed met her husband at one point, contrary to Linda's denials. Brooke produced photos capturing them together at a lunch gathering. The contradictory accounts underscored how complicated mother-daughter feelings can become when personal matters spill out publicly. Nick Hogan was charged for driving under the influence, years after he reportedly caused a car crash. Of all the stories involving Hulk's family, Nick's troubles might be the most harrowing. In 2007, Nick caused a serious car accident in Clearwater, Florida, reportedly while racing another vehicle. He crashed his Toyota Supra into a tree, leaving passenger John Graziano with a severe brain injury that required significant medical attention for 2 years. Graziano's family sued Nick, leading to an eventual settlement rumored to hover around $5 million. Nick served about 5 months of an 8-month sentence for reckless driving. During his incarceration, Brooke spoke to Access Hollywood, via Today, and mentioned that her brother had clashed with other inmates. Nick's troubles didn't stop there. In November 2023, he got arrested for driving under the influence after an altercation with a police officer that nearly escalated physically. Nick apologized, admitting wrongdoing, but still had to face consequences. A court gave him 1 year of probation, plus a fine of $1,000. He also was required to undergo sobriety checks for 4 months, reflecting a persistent pattern of questionable decisions behind the wheel. What do you guys think of Hulk Hogan's family drama? Let me know in the comments, and I hope you have a great day.